Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Gaplant TR5 Hryru, who wanted the Gaplant in Starscream from Transformers Cybertron's colors. And that is what I've got here. The colors work pretty well for that, actually. Starscream, of course, is usually like a whitish gray with red and yellow, and, you know, and usually some blue, though Cybertron Starscream traded most of that in for black, so a little bit more somber, but the colors look good on the Gaplant, so went for it, and took me a few tries, but I did get a decent round. So it's Gaplant is still pretty powerful. It is a transforming mobile suit that starts at, I'm pretty sure, 550, and might be 500, I forget which, but it's pretty solid. It has rapid-fire twin beam guns that stun when charged, and a single-fire beam gun that stuns on contact. It's like that. It's also got twin beam sabers, which Cybertron Starscream actually has a built-in sword, so that makes sense. But the one thing that holds the Gaplant back a little bit is that it is, well, two things. One, it's very large. It's a big target. Two, it does share heat gauges for its weapons in both modes. So you can only use the twin beam guns in mobile armor mode, and they use the same heat gauge as the mobile suit mode versions. I think you could separate that out like they've done for other suits very easily, but that's just me. And getting some damage in there after I downed that person, and apologizing to the ally that I hit with them. But they're managing to get some good hits in on that Zaku 1. I think it's the Type 2? No, Type 3, because it had dodge roll. Getting good hits in on that after they got back up, so did the big swing, knocked somebody else over. Shouldn't have done that. That's right, I almost didn't run this one because especially in the beginning, I was being exceptionally clumsy with this. It's got a very strong downswing, but it's a very big downswing, and the aiming it when you're fighting in close quarters without hitting your allies is a trick, and it's a trick that I don't necessarily have the knack of at the moment. Good days and bad days on that, and this was not a good day, but the round otherwise, as I recall, went fine. So they planted a bomb. I'm just going to stay on target here with what I'm fighting. Yeah, that is a Type 3, as you probably guessed from the Gatlings that went by, but I managed to catch it before person managed to stun me. So, but yeah, the downswing not only has that nice broad sweep that so many other things use, it also, but it also has that, that big overhead slam, and it has a little bit of a step forward during it as well. So that's what makes aiming it difficult, because if you're not like latched onto people's feet so that you don't go past them, you'll go past them. So yeah, it can be a tricky one to use, but I do like using it. And moving in, looks like I think I was headed for the base to try and defuse but forgot that I was going to the enemy base, which, that's fine too. That's where everybody else is. We can do some fighting, and I skipped the downswing because I was going to hit at least one ally there if I didn't skip it. So, and here's that Zaku 1 Type 3 once again. And at least the Mark II was swinging, which means we bounced off of each other rather than knocking each other over. I am gonna die here. It just all depends on what I can do until I do. Good counter on there. I don't think I've seen the Gaplant's counter in a while. So and I have 469 health. So yep, doing the big swing and hitting allies again like a doofus. Like I said, just not in a good place with that tonight. Trying to stun the camper before it can kill me, and I've done it, but I just got to get one more shot, which I couldn't do because it tackled me. So I'll probably get an assist any second now. Let's see, yeah. Unless I think they may have managed to wipe the people who were at their base, so, yeah, it would seem they did. Number 4 is barely alive, and number 3, I think is either fighting over there or is going to take some more waypoints, which, you know, not a terrible idea. But once you get to 2 each, I'd rather just square off and fight myself, because you know, when somebody takes all the points, it's just really, really annoying. But that Delta Plus stopped right in front of me in the perfect spot. I think it's a Delta Plus and not a Delta... No, it is a Delta Gundam, because I have type advantage. The Gaplant is, of course, a raid. So, yeah, standard Delta just did it huge damage and killed it. And there is, I think it's a G5 in G4 colors. Very common there. There's that camphor again, which... Ow. I think it may have stopped to repair, because I don't think anybody's had time to kill it, but definitely in much better health than when I left it. So... And tried the downswing because I thought I saw them tackle or otherwise expend their boost, but their tackle may not have been over by the time I started. But, yeah, I think that's a G5, might be a G4. I have disadvantage, so it's a G4. Problem solved. Okay, yeah, so we've got 2 minutes left, and apparently we're just going to go swarm their base again. We've got a 2,900 point lead with them getting about 3,000 of their points from the base destruction, but oh, and there's some support fire that luckily does not seem to be hitting much of anything yet. I think it did just take out one of our people, but let's see. And yep, luckily I caught that right out of the corner of my eye and knew what they were about to do, and managed to steer myself so as to not hit any friendlies with that this time. And let's see, they didn't swing this time, so that means I have a chance to get some shots in on this G4. But yeah, I'm dead because they just locked me in the corner and shot me down. They're catching up. That's being this aggressive at the end of the round when they spawn right here and we don't can kind of backfire, and I think it may have done. But we'll see how it comes out. We do at least have support fire to drop, and that's actually a good thing to be doing at this point because, yeah, they're all, you know, boxed in at the base trying to take us on there. So if we do the support fire thing, we can possibly catch up, and I think we just did, in fact. So yeah, not too bad. And now with 30 seconds left, I'm going to see if I can catch anybody and you know, get a little bit more of a lead on the score there. Caught that. Hit the G4 that came in front of me, so I didn't get the low health person over there, but I think somebody else did. Hit him with a barrage from the twin beam guns and got the assist. So yeah, with 5 seconds to go, we still have a 1,300 point lead. I'm going to push my luck and see if I can put some shots into somebody here. And no, I couldn't quite get there fast enough, but that's okay because we won. And yeah, so pretty decent round. And I think the colors came out well, so hope it's what you were looking for, Rairu, because I enjoyed it. 4255, 116,000 damage, and 1,080 points of assists. 5 kills, 2 deaths, and 44,000 points worth of pursuit assists, which is kind of unusual for me. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! When I was working on this one night, I was talking to Spidey Wing about Cybertron Starscream, and he was saying he regretted that they didn't release the Takara Tomy version here in the US, because Takara had one that was in scale with everything else. It was about Voyager size, I think about 6 inches tall, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. That's where those generally end up at that size class. What Hasbro released here was I believe, Supreme class, which is like over a foot tall. It's enormous. It's a good toy, but it doesn't really scale with much of anything else in the line. But Spidey did not know that they actually did do a Toys R Us exclusive release of the Japanese Voyager class version of Starscream in a 2-pack with Vector Prime. So, yeah, it is out there if you want it. It just may cost a little more.